Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm getting ready to PR on bench. Well, not PR, but do my 5-3-1 week on bench, which will be the 75 for 5 reps, 85% for 3 reps, and 95% for 1 rep. The 95 should be 230, and the other percentages I'll list later because I'm not sure right now. But I have sweaters and jacket on. 2 sweaters, 1 jacket because it's really windy outside. I'm gonna PR in the wind, super windy where I live, but it's actually like the sun is very warm. I can feel the sun more than I feel the wind. So when I get warm and do my mobility and all those pull-ups and get ready, I'll take this off eventually. Maybe just keep 1 sweater on or just a shirt. See how it feels. Stay tuned and like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the bell for notifications. As I'm recording this, I'm going to give a shout out to my biggest fan, my little niece. Say hi, Nisha.
Hi.
Okay, so as I was warming up for this bench session, I really wanted to get nice and warm, as you can see. But during that time, I was really thinking about what I wanted to do, my next program and what I want to do for it. I already have the same exact program that I wanted to do again. I did it last summer. It was like a little over 3-month program. It was like, what, 4 times 3, 12. It was like a 14-week program, maybe 15. And, you know, that's including the deload and all that. I pretty much had ascending reps, the same amount of reps with this adding more volume. So I'm not sure if I want to add more volume this one. Of course, and the accessories were with bands. So if I squatted, I would squat with bands right after. If I bench, I would bench with bands right after. Same with deadlifts. I'd have to add some deadlift, screw down some things to my deadlift platform for the bands, because if not, it wouldn't work. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or if I'm just going to keep the volume, pretty simple, because, there's some arguments about if volume really works with less amount of percentages. But I pretty much did it with like pretty high percentages with a lot of volumes, like 8 sets of 3. I even did that at 90%. I'm not saying that's the best way, but I'm just debating if I still want to do that. And as you see me warm up whenever I put it, everyone warms up with the bar when they bench or on squat. I've seen it twice on deadlift, but most people don't warm up with the bar on deadlift, like for reps. So I'm done warming up with the bar, because for me, 45 pounds of my max divided by my max 248, that's only 18% of my max. So if you have a 405 max, the bar is only 11% of your max, so it really does nothing. I have my push-up stands that I use, and I like really, you're able to get more depth with push-up stands because you're higher, and even if you put your legs on something, it's even more depth. But I just went flat on the floor, and I felt it way more than just the bar. The bar does nothing. Even if you go, like, it really helps you like get into that bench position and really like contract your back, but it's really not really any weight at all. So the push-ups, I felt it more because I feel it in my back too in push-ups, because I really know how to squeeze on the way down. And there you can see I did 10. I think it only showed 9. But that's it. I'm done with the push-ups, and I'm working on my next program. And oh yeah, of course, I always have some back in there to warm up my back for bench, which was pull-up. That's how windy it is. It's not normal gym environment weather, but it's not that bad either, especially when you're working out and not just sitting here. I thought it'd be horrible. When I came, I was like, oh, it's not that bad. Let's get to work. There's one huge con about working out before 12 p.m. It's like almost 9 a.m. The sun's right in my face while I'm benching. And that's something I'm not used to at all. And I feel like if I flip the bench over, it won't do anything. My last working set at 60%, 145 pounds for 3. Not sure if you hear me, as you can see it's so damn windy. That's my last working set, and then we'll start warm-up set, and then we'll start the working sets. 75% will be at 180, I'll just do 185 for 5 reps, and then 85% for 3, and 95 for 1 more, which is 230. The 85% should be, that one should be like 2, I'm not sure how much it is, but you'll see. So I just did 185, which is my 75% for 5. It's supposed to be 182, but I just did 185. I found out my 85% is going to be 206. So I'm going to do 205. I can't get the exact weight
for 3, and like I said, 95% will be 230 for 1. I'm inside the garage because it's very hard. It's very windy out there. Don't want to risk anyone not hearing me and then having to do this all over again. But what I'm doing for accessory, I'm not really showing that much. You'll see me doing pull-ups, but I've been lately for like my chest day, it's usually back, chest, and triceps accessories. I usually do biceps or triceps, or biceps and triceps. But for back, I've just been doing 20 sets of 3 for pull-ups, so no actual weights. Maybe I'll do some barbell rows. But I want to get better at pull-ups, and I'm already greasing the groove and getting better. 3 reps is not like hard for me, but those 3 reps are starting to feel easier and cleaner and faster. And I'm just doing 5 sets of 10 for dips, no weights, because I want to build up my dip power, my dip strength to end up doing weights again, like weighted dips. And I'm not really going to show the accessories though, but that's what I do for the accessories today. Little update on the session. There's a horrible update. I usually have like shoulder pain on my left side, but this time, today, I don't know why. After the 185, I started feeling it on my right shoulder. The 205 I felt still, no excuse, I still felt strong enough, but my right, like right in the shoulder socket, it's feeling what I usually feel here, and that sucks. I'm gonna be kind of stupid and finish the session off because I just have the 230 for 1, not 1 or more. I'm just doing 1, and hopefully, well, we'll see. Next week is deload. Maybe I won't do dips. I'll probably just do push-ups or weighted push-ups with the push-up stands I have. I could get more depth like that. I might just do it with a backpack on, weighted push-ups. I don't want to like really aggravate it more. I'm gonna for sure need a lift off on the 230 though. So as I said in my last video, I don't want to rest too long, as in like 30 minutes long, because you know, working out at home can take long if you get distracted. Anyone who has a home gym knows that. Even if you get a little distracted and you're just like selfish, you're like, no, leave me alone, I'm working out, I'm not gonna do what you're gonna do. But you know, I'm kind of resting because of my right shoulder. My neck was really tight, like my left trap, the upper trap. I know a trap goes all the way, it's a huge muscle, but the top of it was tight yesterday, but now it's fine. I crack my neck too often, which is stupid, I know. And I don't know, I cracked it wrong, something happened. It's fine, there's just like a little knot there, a little ball, it's still kind of there. But now I have pain on my right side, so I'm just kind of relaxing. I'm gonna get a lift off for the 230. I felt good, but this shoulder thing's making me feel discouraged. I'm talking so bad and watch me get it. I mean, I should not get it the way I'm talking. With this mindset, I'm probably not gonna get it, but hopefully I do get it. Yeah, I don't feel very strong. I don't feel very confident about this right now, but I'm gonna do it anyway, then finish off the accessories.
So in this part, I'm gonna show. It's a little long because I'm explaining. If you like have someone spotting you that doesn't really spot you, you gotta make sure to explain it to them before they do it. So I put 2 25-pound bumper plates so you can step on. Because before, you know, it's kind of not. There's usually an elevated. It's elevated when someone spots you on an actual like combo rack or bench rack, whatever. So I'm explaining to him where to hold it, and he has his hands a little too wide, so I'm telling him to go a little closer. If you don't do this, the spotter can end up helping you too much or helping you not enough. So that's why I explained it to him right before he did it. And as you can see, he doesn't really know because I don't do it often, and he helped me right as it was going up, you can see, and then he had it. And I told him only if I tell you, so I had to do it all over again.
So spotter malfunction. I had to tell my dad to lift off for me. He's done it before. He doesn't really do these kinds of things, so he doesn't know when to help or when not to help. I just tell him to lift off as hard as he can and help me if I need him. I told him, if I need help, help me. If I say help me, help me. And it looked bad. The 230 went down and felt good, and then it came up, it didn't look good. And then I swear I was starting to push it, and it started to go up. You can see in the video. He replayed it a bunch of times, and then he helped me on the way up with full force. And I told him, only if I help you, so I gotta do it again. So I'm gonna rest a little. If I would have got that one, which I will never know, it'll suck if I don't get it here, because I just wasted my energy. So that was technically like a quarter rep because he helped me with everything else. Got it to like a quarter. I shouldn't have that much energy wasted, but I'm gonna try it again. Not saying I would have got that if he didn't help me. It felt really good though. For all I know, I would have like got it halfway and I would have fell, or 75%. But it's just always better to know. You already know when you're lifting heavy, 1 rep, a top single, whatever. It's better to just, you know, let it fall with a spotter or without a spotter, instead of saying, oh, I coulda, it's your fault, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Not blaming him, not his fault. It didn't look good, the rep, honestly. So for anyone who, even an experienced person might have even touched that. Probably not, but if I get it again, that means I probably would have got it. No excuses, not blaming anyone. I just need the sun is honestly such a big factor. I respect people who've been working out in the sun for so long and benching with the sun in their eyes, because that's the only one where the sun can really be in your eyes because you're laying down. That's a factor I'm not used to. That one was I was pretty focused on that one. I don't even think the sun, I even felt it. But here we go. Well, that one was way better than the first one. I got it and it was real good. Despite it looking RPE 10, it was actually pretty easy once I got past the sticking halfway point. Halfway up, the 50% to the top was really easy. I touched and go. I know I've been doing that, but it's fine. I pause more towards the end. I used to always pause, but now I'm just gonna start pausing towards the end towards the competition. I feel like I could have paused that one easily. It was actually really easy. First time it was kind of hard, actually. I think I would have got it first time, but this one was actually RPE like 8, honestly. Probably could have done one more. And I'm pretty happy because my bench is really weak and my bench sucks. My max is not 248 anymore. I know that for a fact. Whew. So I'm actually gonna show. I don't think I'm gonna do dips. I was talking about doing push-ups. I'll probably still do some weighted push-ups, but I wanted to do some like go a little bit heavier. Not heavier, but use my bench block, because I haven't been using my bench block. So I'm gonna use my bench block and just do some heavier weight that I wouldn't be able to do without the bench block. So probably be like, ooh, my 75% was 182. I'll probably do 182, 5 sets of 10 with my bench block. We'll see how many inches. So I feel like 75%, 185 was about perfect for the 5 sets of 10. That was just my first set. The 10 actually felt pretty easy. They might have looked hard, but they were pretty easy. It was on the lowest board, on the lowest block. I don't know how many inches that is. Well, it's 2, 3, 4, 5, so I guess 2 inches. Yeah, it's 2 inches. I was thinking of going higher with heavier weight, but I just went heavy with 230. So there's really no point in doing that right now. And if I were to do that, I wouldn't do 10 reps. So I feel like 5 sets of 10 with 185 is perfect for 10 reps. I got 10 sets left of pull-ups, so that's 30 more pull-ups because I'm doing 3 reps. And yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do push-ups. Probably do them throughout the day, because push-ups you can just do all day. Probably not weighted or not. I know I already said it and I won't shut up about it, but the sun, like that was the third set. I think the second set, the block was just in the way of the sun, so it was perfect. It wasn't in my eyes, wasn't burning. Third set was in the way, and then I hit the rack twice, so the 10 reps looked hard, but they were easy besides that. I thought the weight was going to come off on the left side and then bring the weight off on the right side. But just a tip of advice, if you don't really do, if you have like any kind of bench blocks or board presses or whatever, and you don't do them often, it's smart to go by your percentage. Like me, I was just going to pick out a number and bench it, but then I was like, well, I did 75, 85, 95 today. 75 felt pretty normal, like pretty moderate. 5 reps, so just 75 or 185. So I was like, I'm pretty sure I could do that for 10 with the block. So if you feel like, oh, I could bench this much, so that means on the block I could do this much, don't try to think that strength is relative just because it's easier on a block, less range of motion. Just start off easy. I know it's common sense, but so many people are like, oh, I just did 230, so now I'm going to rep out 230. But we're pretty tired, though. Unless you do it on the highest setting, obviously. I mean, you're not doing much range of motion there, though. But just start off pretty light. If you're going to go on the lowest setting, you know, there's always ways to do it. Start off on the highest, and then lowest, and then lowest and lowest, obviously. But if you're gonna do a set like for reps, like 5 or more, just start off pretty easy, like 65% just to feel it, then 75. But don't go straight to 90% and up just because it's easier. Got the squat video coming up. Probably do a power clean and snatch one. Yeah, I gotta do a review of the whole 5-3-1. So I'll have a squat 5-3-1 video coming up, power clean and snatch. Then deload next week. I won't be uploading about deload. Other stuff will be coming, but not the deload. Probably gonna upload the most this week, and then my new program starts April 27th. I'm excited for that. A lot of band stuff. Not too much bands. I'll talk more about that, but more band stuff, bench block, slingshot. I'm glad I have all these things during, you know, this lockdown time. I don't have to worry about going to the gym and having it. And yeah, I'm pretty excited for that program. That's it for the session. Thanks for tuning in so much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications. Thank you.